Hello, welcome to day 21. Firstly, can I apologise for building work that may be going on in the background? I've tried so many times, like, I'll just give it 15 more minutes, and then I go to record, and then it starts again. So fingers crossed, we are on to a good one here. Okay, day 21. How can you distribute or elevate your marketing? Now, I know there is this phrase, this belief, and I'm sure there's lots of evidence to support this. Just focus on one platform and grow that really brilliantly. And once you've done that, then you'll be able to take that audience or take that knowledge or that content and go elsewhere. And I think there's a lot in this based on the fact that pressure as a new business owner or entrepreneur or personal brand, however you see yourself, to be all the things, doing all the things, it makes you want to stick your head under the duvet and not do any of it. And as much as that is a funny thing to say, it's not going to support growing your business. So I do believe that you should be focused in terms of your marketing and know what's going to connect and know where your people are hanging out. That said, you can focus on one area that may be Instagram, for example, and you're not in control of that. You don't own that platform. And I always have that, I mean, it's not a greatest fear by any means, but that moment where you go, oh gosh, something's happened. Where's Instagram gone? My app's disappeared. What's happened? And I know so many people solely rely on their Instagram following to grow their business. And the thing is, Instagram has been wonderful for me. I absolutely love it. I have just over 3,000 followers, but I have really good engagement. Of course, I would love the swipe up. Who wouldn't? If you're not following me on Instagram, you can follow me at Nikki Raby and share and tell your friends. But ultimately, I know that my people are there, but there are other things that I do as well. I've always known the importance of in-person marketing, and I know that that is not always easy, and it's certainly not easy, you know, if you've got small kids or because of COVID or they're late in the evenings or you're an introvert and it's the last thing that you need. But if you can, I always have the belief, if you can go to places safely, of course, and meet people, something will always come from it. And actually this sense of just keep going to those events, and I'm sure you'll have them in your town and your city where all the people go. I know in London there was, maybe in 2017, it really reached its peak, that there was a mum's event and there was something else and somebody else was launching another Muslim brand and something else was, you know, if you're into the Instamum world, I'm not necessarily say that I would be into it, but you will be familiar with that sort of vibe in your industry. But I always gained connections. I always met people. I always watched people in a non-creepy way. I always paid attention to what was sticking. And sometimes in those moments where people get an opportunity to speak about their business, the temptation is to say, oh gosh, I haven't had a go yet, and I've got to say something about my business, and I've got to say something really meaningful, and I don't want to speak in front of all of these people. But there is also an opportunity where you can essentially sit back, listen, take the exercise as a learning opportunity and go, wow, why is that woman really, why is her story so compelling? Why am I on my phone looking at that person's website right now? Why are they so memorable? What do they do? How does their body language come across? Like, I'm always in that exploring place as well. So in-person marketing is always a wonderful thing, but take a look at the other platforms. Take a look at emailing, using your email marketing list to present yourself. And the second part of the question is, how can you elevate that? Now, what I mean by this is, elevate it is almost like putting the jazziness on it. And it's the I guess the analogy of having a sponge cake and then suddenly putting a firework through the middle of it and having sparkles around the outside, and it suddenly got, all kinds of multicolored ice cream. And when you open it up, it's got those Smarties that fall out. Other brands are available. That moment of elevation, that moment of, we have really thought about this, or I have really thought about this, and I know that you're going to love it in the way that I say it. Now, the way that you could elevate this is sharing more of your story, sharing the stuff that actually people really want to know. Like, I went to so many piggin talks about people telling me to just think positively. And quite frankly, it was not useful. Okay, I know when you think positively, it helps you. But in that moment when I just needed some step-by-step advice, help, support, thinking positively was not the one. I needed somebody to tell me it was going to be all right, or try this, or add this to your email. Like, I needed that practical advice. So think about your content. Are you just going, hello, I'm a sponge cake and I'm reliable and I'm this and I'm beige and I'm predictable and all the rest of it? Or are you bringing something to the table? Are you bringing something different? Are you bringing an element of surprise? Are you really elevating it and showing people what you can do? So I hope that's been useful today. A little bonus tip, which I hadn't planned, but it happened today. So I thought I would share it because it worked. And I'm not saying like this is a hack or it's going to change your business, but it might. Today I wrote a blog post and instead of just having one graphic on Instagram and having the rest in the comments, I made a series. So they were all on graphics. And somebody could just scroll through and they could see it on kind of 10 different slides. I also put part of the blog post in the comments. On the final graphic of that carousel, I put, if you enjoy my content, please feel free to share. And then I just wrote my handle. And 4 people did that today. Now, I'm not saying I've woken up and I've got 100 million more followers. I haven't. I think I gained 2. But these 2 are probably my ideal clients. They're probably people who are going to appreciate my work, who I would enjoy getting to know. So there's something about spiking this mythical monster, which is the algorithm that people talk about. And 4 people shared a post, and maybe they wouldn't have done had I not said that or shared that. So a little bonus tip for you there. Anyway, as always, if you've liked, please like and subscribe and leave a review. That would be very nice. And I'll see you again tomorrow for day 22.